Welcome to the FMS Friday 15 webinar on general ledger imaging. It's going to be similar to the accounts payable imaging that we did last week, but with some notable differences. The objectives today for the GL imaging is basically you're going to scan your physical general ledger documents and attach those images to journal entries in the FMS system. So, your UE type entries, your JE type entries, UJ entries, cash receipts entries, things of that nature, as well as the accounts payable imaging. This will help reduce storage space and expenses, and it gives you easy access to your important documents through the FMS modules. It also meets our IRS requirements for document retention. Okay, we've got an update on the scanner that's required. Apparently the one that we were recommending last week, Canon, has discontinued. So we have updated it to this one, which is also a Canon printer. It's the Image Formula DR-C130. Those range from $500 to $600 depending on the vendor. I checked on Amazon this morning and it was about $503.99 on sale with free shipping through Amazon Prime. This scanner does ship with the Kofax VRS software that is required for our batch maintenance. All right, let's get started. The first thing that you guys would need to do if you don't have scanning enabled already is to contact FMS for exact pricing. We'll do client setup on our side, provide the software to you, schedule training, etc. Images, whether it's AP, GL, or payroll, run from 7 cents to 16 cents per image. It's a one-time fee for storage. And if you're a high volume client, of course, you'll get the lower pricing. If you're a smaller image volume client, it costs a little bit more to have an environment for you, so you'll get somewhere in that range. Second step is to purchase a scanner, so whatever vendor you prefer to get that through, as long as it's one of the recommended scanners that we've told you about. And then we'll do a training refresher via webinar. All right, there's two steps to the GL indexing. Number one is to scan the physical documents into the IMS 21 batch maintenance software as a GL type. I'll show you that in 1 second. And then number two is you enter your journal entries into FMS, either manually, one at a time, or through some sort of interface. So I'm going to open up the batch maintenance software. It's going to come up looking like this. And you'll click New Batch. Put in your batch description and default document description. I recommend using the same one. You can just copy and paste. And then you're going to change the application area to GL. And then the folder subject and document type will update accordingly. Count the number of images that you're going to have and enter that here. We'll do 2 and just hit OK. All right, this is the new batch screen. So if you have your images loaded into the scanner, you'll just click one page or many pages depending on what you have going on. I'm going to bring in some images from a file that are already saved. And these are going to be invoice images, but that's okay. We're going to just use them as documents. And just hit save once you've clicked through your images to make sure that they are okay. When you refresh, you'll have both batches listed here. As you can see, I've got an AP batch from last week, and then the new GL batch is listed here from today. That's step one. Step two is to actually enter the journal entry into FMS. So whether you're an applications client or a BPO client, you're going to go through the general ledger and then the transaction entry menu. And that's the same for both. You'll hit to manually enter it. You'll either do direct entry on journal entries or user journal entries depending on what you have. And it's going to look like this. First thing you're going to do is click Get Image Batch. And your batch will come up. Select that. And I'll move this screen over so we can see both at the same time. If you have 2 monitors, it works really well. You can move the imaging software over to the other monitor. All right, so once you can see here, we've got the first document ready to go. and the second document's down here waiting to be loaded. So if we had multiple pages, just like last week, you can right-click on that and it will send them both up ready to be indexed. Whatever's in this left pane is what will be indexed onto the journal entry. So right-clicking throws it back down here. All right, so let's go enter that journal entry in. So you'll put in your corporation and store if that's not filled in for you already. Put in a date and a description. All you have to do now is go and book your journal entry. Make sure it balances. It's important. When your balance is 0, your entry is there. You can either post and the image will index, or you can hit complete to post later. Either way, the image is going to index to that entry. So we'll hit post. Confirm that. And you can see that it copied the file over. And now we're ready for our next journal entry. The other way to enter this in, again, from the General Ledger menu and Transaction Entry menu, both applications and BPO clients have the button Index Image to GL Transaction listed at the bottom. So you'll click that. This is for entries that are already in the system that you'd like to put a source document to. So for example, you had entered a loan payment or a loan on your balance sheet previously, and you wanted to put the loan documents on that entry. You can certainly go in here, find that entry, and do so. In this case, we're just going to click on this entry that does not have one. Hit Get Image Batch. Brings up the same batch we were just working with, except it only shows the available image that's left. And all you have to do now is, once you have your batch maintenance ready, is click Attach Image and create index. And it's done. In order to reference those images, it's real easy. It's the same as with the accounts payable last week. You have the 4 options here under your transaction menu: company entries by corporation and source, corporate entries by transaction date, entries by user, and entries by creation date range. All of these will access the same transactions, just looking them up in different ways. We'll go by the first one, and then we'll toggle over to posted because it is a posted entry. And I'll just put in my filters to quickly sort down to what we did. So I did a journal entry. It was for store 420, and it was on August 8th of 2008. You can quickly see the 3 images are here, and it's noted that there are images attached. So all you need to do is highlight one, click image. You can quickly reference that, and it will bring it up in your web browser. And now you can save that, view that, email it, whatever you'd like to do. And that works in all of those 4 windows. In addition, it's available in the General Ledger Inquiry under Account Balances. So again, General Ledger, Transaction or Inquiry menu, and then Account Balances. So you can put in your date range and then choose from any of the way that the accounts are sorted below. Put in your account to filter down, and now I went to miscellaneous expense. For that date range, hit view transactions, and you can see the 3 journal entries I've been testing with images attached. You just click one, click image, and it comes up the same way. And that's it for GL imaging. Thanks for your participation today.